Jerusalem holds immense importance in Christianity, primarily because it is the city where Jesus Christ spent his final days, culminating in his crucifixion and resurrection, events that are central to the Christian faith. The narrative of Jesus' last days, known as the Passion, unfolds in Jerusalem and has been a focal point of Christian belief and devotion for centuries. According to the Gospels, Jesus entered Jerusalem riding on a donkey in what is celebrated as Palm Sunday, marking the beginning of his final week on earth. This event fulfilled Old Testament prophecies and symbolized Jesus' role as the Messiah, bringing peace rather than military victory. Upon entering Jerusalem, Jesus went to the temple, where he drove out the money changers, condemning the commercialization of religious practices. This act was seen as a challenge to the religious authorities, setting the stage for the events that would lead to his arrest and crucifixion. The Last Supper, which is commemorated on Maundy Thursday, took place in Jerusalem and was Jesus' final meal with his disciples. During this meal, Jesus instituted the Eucharist, offering bread and wine as symbols of his body and blood, a sacrament that remains central to Christian worship. After the Last Supper, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane, located at the foot of the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, where he prayed and experienced profound anguish over the suffering he was about to endure. It was here that he was betrayed by Judas and arrested by the authorities. Following his arrest, Jesus was taken to various locations within Jerusalem for trial, including the house of the high priest Caiaphas and the Roman governor Pontius Pilate. Despite finding no fault in him, Pilate eventually succumbed to the pressure of the crowd and sentenced Jesus to be crucified. Jesus was led through the streets of Jerusalem, carrying his cross to the site of his execution at Golgotha, also known as Calvary. This journey, now commemorated as the Via Dolorosa or Way of Sorrows, is a path that many Christian pilgrims follow today, retracing the steps of Jesus as an act of devotion and reflection on his suffering. The crucifixion of Jesus on Calvary, just outside the city walls of Jerusalem, is the most significant event in Christian theology. It is believed that through his death, Jesus atoned for the sins of humanity, offering salvation to all who believe in him. His subsequent resurrection, which Christians believe occurred 3 days later in a tomb in Jerusalem, is celebrated as Easter and is considered the foundation of Christian faith. The resurrection signifies the triumph of life over death, and Jesus' victory over sin, providing the hope of eternal life for believers. Due to these profound events, Jerusalem has become a major pilgrimage destination for Christians from around the world. Pilgrims travel to the city to visit the sites associated with Jesus' Passion, particularly the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is believed to encompass both the site of the crucifixion and the tomb where Jesus was buried and resurrected. This church is the holiest site in Christianity, and visiting it is often seen as a deeply spiritual experience, allowing pilgrims to connect with the physical location where the core mysteries of their faith unfolded. Walking the Via Dolorosa, praying at the Garden of Gethsemane, and visiting the Mount of Olives, where Jesus ascended to heaven according to Christian tradition, are acts of devotion that allow pilgrims to relive the pivotal moments of Jesus' final days. These acts serve as a way to deepen their faith, contemplate the sacrifices of Jesus, and express gratitude for the redemption he offers. The pilgrimage to Jerusalem is not only a journey to a holy city but also a journey into the heart of Christian spirituality, where history and faith converge. In summary, the importance of Jerusalem in Christianity is rooted in its association with the final days of Jesus Christ, whose crucifixion and resurrection are the cornerstone of Christian belief. Pilgrimage to Jerusalem allows Christians to engage with the sacred history of their faith, to walk where Jesus walked, and to strengthen their spiritual connection to the events that define their religious identity.